Hello there, guys. It's AA Entertainment, bringing you his top 5 superstars, WWE Superstars of 2020. I know I'm making this video on the first day of 2021, but I felt like I should make this video because I made one last year, and I think Becky Lynch was my number 1 last year. Maybe I'll post a video on that. Let you click on that after I edit this. But here are my top 5 superstars, WWE Superstars of 2020. And number 1 may surprise you a bit. You may agree, you may not agree, but this is my opinion, and this matter is subjective. Right? Your top 5 could be different than mine. So let's get to it. As you can see, my fifth superstar, going down from 5 to 1. My 5th superstar is Sasha Banks. Now, like her and Bayley, they carried WWE through 2020. The difference is Bayley held her title for a year, where Sasha Banks became tag team champion, women's tag team champion. Won the summertime with Bayley, and Raw Women's Champion, but she quickly lost the Raw Women's title and only held the Women's Tag Team titles for a few months. And then it held itself one of the best matches of the year, one of my favorite matches of the year. She became SmackDown Women's Champion. So overall, she had a good 2020 campaign. Not a full 2020, but she did well for herself. That's why she's my 5th option. My 5th best wrestler of 2020 in WWE. She's SmackDown Women's Champion. I think she'll hold right now in 2021. I think she'll hold it for some time. I don't see a title coming out for the next 2 or 3 months. Maybe WrestleMania. I don't know. But yeah, Sasha Banks is my 5th superstar of 2020. Now let's go down to number 4. And number 4 is, yes, I know you're gonna criticize me on this, but yes, my number 4 is Roman Reigns. Only because he was away for like half a year because of the current situation the world is in 2020. He was supposed to have a match at WrestleMania against Goldberg. Obviously, he was going to win the title. It was clearly evident that he was going to win the title from Goldberg, but he decided to go home because of personal reasons. You know why? And Braun Strowman took his place. When Strowman became champion, but Roman Reigns came back at SummerSlam, made himself known, turned heel, won the title, Universal title. Payback became against the Fiend, and Braun Strowman became Universal Champion, and a great feud with his cousin Jey Uso, and one currently with Kevin Owens. That TLC match was brutal. Yeah, he's my 4th only because he really didn't have. He only wrestled about 5 or 6 months this year. Not his fault. He did what was best for himself and his family. I don't blame him, but this is where I put him. I just wonder if the pandemic didn't happen, would he be my number 1 possibly? Would he have turned heel eventually? And if that was in the cards, would he turn heel? I don't know. He could have, if he was here a full year and he was champion for majority year, I think I could have put him number 1 or 2. Definitely top 3, but let's go into my 3rd superstar of 2020, and that's Asuka. Now, Asuka had a very good 2020. After she won the title of SummerSlam, it's gone downhill a bit. But remember, she was tag team titles with champions with Kairi Sane, Kabuki Warriors through much of from the fall and winter of 2019. They lost it to Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross at WrestleMania. Great feud of Bayley and Sasha Banks. She was a Raw Women's Champion. Remember, she won Money in the Bank. You would think she'd get a title match, but due to Becky Lynch's pregnancy, she had to go away. She would let Becky Lynch recant her title, had to give up her title, and in the box was not a contract. It was the Raw Women's title itself, not herself. And that's where Asuka became champion. Yes, she did lose it to Sasha Banks twice, or in mysterious ways. But she regained the title at SummerSlam. Yeah, she wasn't since SummerSlam. I agree. The majority of people, she wasn't being well used since SummerSlam. She has easy matches. She lost to Sasha Banks in Survivor Series. She became tag team champion in Charlotte at TLC, and going into 2021, she's double champion, tag team champion of Charlotte, and Raw Women's champion. We'll see what the role takes in 2021. Now, this is gonna be a surprise. My number 2 is Drew McIntyre. I know you're going to say Drew McIntyre or Roman Reigns should be number 1. I'll tell you why Drew McIntyre is my number 2. He won Royal Rumble in 2020. He beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He had a solid match with Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. Solid match with Bobby Lashley at the Backlash. And a solid match with Dolph Ziggler at Extreme Rules. Then he got a long-term feud with Randy Orton, SummerSlam, Payback, and Hell in a Cell. So he's done well. Very good. Very good. He's also one of my MVPs of 2020. But then he lost to Randy Orton at Hell in a Cell, right? For the title, for the WWE title. That hurt him a bit. Then he regained it, but he should never taken the title off. And he beat AJ Styles at TLC, where Miz cashed in, or John Morrison cashed in. So Miz got the briefcase back, as he saw on Raw. But that Randy Orton thing, when Randy Orton won, that's what made him become number 2 for me. Just because of that was a bad decision. Drew should never lost the title to Randy Orton. He's a 2-time champion, but he should still have a title reign, and not a second title reign right now. And that's why Drew McIntyre is my number 2 on my top 5 list. And my number 1, yep, it's Bayley. You know what? And I have a very good explanation of this. Bayley has been champion. Well, she's not champion now. Currently not champion now. That's Sasha Banks. That's my number 5. But Bayley has been champion for 388 days. So about 20 more days over a year, right? So basically she's been champion for over a year. But not now, obviously. But her reign was SmackDown Women's Champion was over a year. And along those times, along that reign, she beat Lacey Evans. She won the match at WrestleMania, 6-5 or 6 Fatal 4-Way match. She beat Tamina at Money in the Bank. Doesn't mean anything. She won tag team titles, championships with Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, and Sasha Banks. Defended her women's title against Asuka at SummerSlam, retained. She lost the tag team titles to Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. She was supposed to have a match against Nikki Cross at Night of Champions, right? But Hell in a Cell, and that's when she lost to Sasha Banks for the women's title. And she's mixing the feud with Bianca Belair. This is good for Bianca Belair, having her have a story with Bayley, because Bayley was on top for basically the whole year, and having Bianca Belair feud with a woman on top would just help Bianca Belair. And you could tell they're high on Bianca Belair by putting in a feud with Bayley. And in this past SmackDown last week with Charlotte, Asuka, Carmella, and Sasha Banks. And tonight's SmackDown, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair are going to team up to face Bayley and Carmella. So this is why Bayley, my number one because she's been champion for basically a whole year until Hell in a Cell back in October, and they're very high and they're confident on her that to help younger talent to get over. Because as a 4 horsewoman, I think Bayley is the most smooth in the ring, makes the less mistakes, and that's good for Bianca Belair. So there's my top 5. Tell me what you think your top 5 superstars of WWE for 2020 is. So in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and thank you.